How would you like to make between $5,000 and $10,000 from a single email? You see, my wife and I, we run two different companies and we have very generous referral programs. There's no catch. There's no mini course I'm trying to sell you. There's simply an opportunity for you to take advantage of. As a matter of fact, there's going to be three that I'm going to explain to you today. You see, we're borrowing something that Hollywood has known for many, many years. And that is, say for instance, if I write a screenplay, I will take that screenplay to an agent. The agent will try to connect me with a buyer. And then in exchange for that agent connecting me with the buyer so that the script can be sold, I very happily give that agent 10%. And that's how we run our business. I have two different businesses that each pay 10% if you help connect us to a buyer. And I dare say this is a side hustle that is not like any other side hustle. You know, there's actually 40% of all Americans right now that have side hustles of some kind. And in some age groups, Gen X and millennials in particular, it's up to 55%. But you know, the studies say that these side hustles are burning us out. They're really adversely affecting our work-life balance, and people are putting way too much time into these side hustles. Well, the referrals that I'm talking about today are something that literally involve just sending a message, sending an email, and then all the rest is done by me. The first opportunity is drivingfootage.com, which is the world's third largest library of driving plates for television and film. By the end of January, we'll have almost 70,000 clips from all over North America. So what are driving plates? Basically, it's 360-degree footage that is captured around a car, and then when there's a scene in a television series or a movie where an actor is driving in a car, our footage is what goes around them. Because we capture in 360 degrees, we can get very realistic looking backgrounds that match. So if they want to turn the camera this way or that way, you always get footage that is perfectly matched. And we have a library that spans from Seattle to Miami, from Los Angeles to New York, from Winnipeg to New Orleans, and everywhere in between. We've got over 15,000 clips of rural footage from different kinds of backgrounds all over North America. And we're constantly adding to this library. And at drivingfootage.com, our referral program is absolutely unparalleled. You see, we not only give you 10% of what the buyer buys in that single purchase, but we pay you 10% of everything they buy for an entire year. So say, for instance, for a TV series can use up to $100,000 of driving plates in a single season. If you referred us to that series, you would get a hefty $10,000 check just for connecting us. So what makes our footage different? Why is it that you would recommend us over one of our competitors? Well, an NBC series recently tested our plates and found that our plates were of higher quality than our competitors. But even though they're higher quality, we actually charge a significant amount less per set. You see, our competitors charge $3,500 per set of 9 plates. We charge $24.99. That's over $1,000 less for every single 2-minute set. Not only that, but the first episode that a TV series tries our plates, we actually give them a special rate of $999 per set. That's over $2,500 less. 4 sets in that episode, and they will save $10,000. So you can see there's a compelling reason that they would want to use our plates. And you're actually offering something to them. Over the course of a season, they could stand to save over $50,000 just because you're sharing our plates with them. And you get to collect a hefty $10,000 check. So who are the buyers of driving plates? In television, it can be the editor, the post-production supervisor, or the VFX house, the visual effects house. Other buyers can include independent filmmakers, music videos, and commercials. And we can also put together B-roll packages for reality TV and documentaries. You know, we travel all over North America and we meet many people in different places. Some of them have never left their hometown. And yet they tell us stories like, oh yeah, my nephew, he went off to film school. Oh, my cousin, she went to New York and now she's working on a TV series. My cousin is in Atlanta working on a music video. You never know who you're connected to who might be working in the industry. So think it through. Talk to your neighbors, talk to your friends, see if anybody you know is connected to someone who might be using driving plates. And you might offer to split the commission with them, 5%, 5%. It's still a pretty hefty commission if it's for a series or a film that's using a lot of plates. And the cool thing about this is you can do this anywhere in the world. We've actually sold driving plates as far away as India. So you could be in India, you could be in China, you could be somewhere else in the world, and as long as you know somebody who might be using this footage, you can take advantage of this opportunity. The second thing I'm going to tell you about today is AI machine learning. Now, we've all heard about AI. AI is coming. There's nothing we can do to stop it. How does AI work? Well, AI uses something called machine learning to be able to develop itself into a more capable system. And so an AI is only as good as the data that you give it. And so there are many AI companies right now that are seeking video data sets, is what they're called. And our data set, if you want to call it that, has 1,500 hours of driving footage in 360 degrees from all over North America in different major cities, rural places, etc. Now, an AI company can pay between $30,000 and $80,000 for a data set like ours. So if you're connected with anybody who works at an AI company, and you can get us in the door at that company for our library to be used by them for their machine learning, then you could get a check from between $3,000 and $8,000 from simply making that connection. So again, think it through. Do you know anybody who's connected to an AI company like that? There's over 500 in the US alone. If you do, or you know somebody who might be able to get you connected, offer them 5%. You take 5%, they take 5%. It's a big enough pool, there's enough to go around. The third thing I'm going to tell you about today is a completely different company called archive2digital.com. In archive2digital.com, we basically transfer audio and video tapes to digital, but we do it on a really big scale. What makes us different is that we transfer large libraries, large archives to digital, and we do it very quickly and we do it very cheaply. Say, for instance, one that we did a couple of years ago was 14,000 tapes, and we did it in 10 weeks flat. There's a big difference with that, because with many transfer companies, they might only have one or two machines in every format. If you know anything about vintage video, there's just so many different formats and types, and you need a different machine for every single type of tape that you have. There's some that are really rare at this point, like D3 or D5. And what we do is we scale up to meet the demands of a particular archive. So if somebody brings us 8,000 DVC Pro tapes, we'll buy 15, 20 DVC Pro machines. One actually did bring us that many. It was a big nonprofit organization. And instead of taking 2 years, we did it in 10 weeks. We were transferring 2,500 tapes per week. And that's actually a really big value for a client. Who wants a job to take 2 years? If we can do it in a very short period of time, we can do it at a very low rate, it's a happy client. And I will tell you that the person who referred us to that job made $14,000 for connecting us to that client. So who has big archives of tapes? Documentaries. It's not uncommon to have 1,000 tapes or more. Musicians and bands. We've had musicians with 400 tapes. Cinematographers and photographers. One came to us with 300,000 slides to scan. Local theaters, schools, churches, nonprofit organizations, corporate video producers, government, even zoos may have thousands of tapes. And this is something that might be in your very own neighborhood. There might be 5 or 6 neighbors on your own street who have 40 or 50 tapes that they need to import, home movies and such things. Every one of them could be $100 in your pocket. So think through, are there any of the above? Do you know any musicians? Do you know any photographers? Do you know any nonprofit organizations that might have archives of tapes? If you connect us, it could be $100, it could be $1,000, or it could be even $10,000 or more in your pocket for making that connection. And this is for anywhere in North America. We are located in Los Angeles, but we receive tapes as far away as New York or Toronto. There are some clients that want personal service. If it's a large enough archive, we will literally drive out to them, whether it be Miami, New York, or wherever, and we'll truck them back if that's what we need to do. But if you make this connection with a large archive like that, it's going to be worth it. So opportunity number 3, archive2digital.com, is limited to North America. But number 1 and 2, the drivingfootage.com referrals and also AI sales, you can do those from anywhere in the world. So please share this video with anybody that you think might benefit, somebody who needs a little extra money and might be connected to one of these opportunities. Think through your contacts and see if there's anybody that you might know who might be connected to one of these things. Please do comment on this video if you have any questions. Also, you can follow me on X or on Blue Sky, @GrayJones is my handle. And while you're at it, follow @drivingfootage and @archive2digital. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.